Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's final video. We're going to have a look at weather for the next 10 to 14 days. For today's final video, day 10 is going to take us to the 5th of September. And we'll be able to extend beyond that with GFS and ECM ensembles, baby and trying a couple of weeks. We'll have a look at CFS B2 at the end of video for September itself. Wow. I'll get on with that for you in a moment. Just to say that the first video to say was our 6am upload, and we've released Showery Friday 2. And please check out those two videos. Please like, share, subscribe on this. Thank you so much, everybody. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you what's coming up over the weekend. Bank holiday weekend for England and Wales, anyway. And it's going to be an epic weekend of content. More about that in a moment. But let's do your 10 to 14 day first. So we're going to start off having a look at GFS of air temperature. And, by the way, precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks. Look at Birmingham today. The red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for Birmingham. We're starting off not that far from average at the moment. It could be generally average, should be a bit warmer than average, I think, as we go through the rest of August into the beginning of September. Around the 3rd to the 5th or 6th of September, we've got a lot of scatter then. Dates on the bottom of the chart, by the way. We're using white background again, by the way. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. So from around the 3rd to the 5th or 6th of September, we've got a lot of scatter. We have got some very cool ensemble members there appearing. You know, some of them are going quite appreciably below average, down to around +2 at 850 HPA. Have got warmer ensemble members up here, of course. But it's, you know, it's possible that through the first week of September, we might not only turn it unsettled, we might turn it significantly cooler as well. And as we go further on to the second week of September, just looks like we're keeping pretty close to the to long-term averages, Beverly, albeit there's quite a bit of scatter. So again, got the warmer ensemble members up here, but we have got the cooler ensemble members down there. I think we might see a little bit of a cool down taking place for the early part of September, and getting more unsettled as well. So precipitation-wise, rest of August looking relatively dry. Not completely dry, with some showers scattered about, but relatively dry for the rest of August. But as we go into the first week to second week of September, definitely more in the way of precipitation and rainfall spikes then. Some pretty big spikes coming through at times, you know. So it might turn unsettled and cooler for the earlier part of September. It is causing a lot of uncertainty at the moment. If you have a look at January Friday, you see there's a big split between the JMA and the CFS long-range models today in terms of what's going to happen through this early part of September or first half of September. But I reckon, like the shorter range, anyway, GFS and GFS ensembles, I think is shifting towards a cooler and more unsettled early part of September. Temperature anomalies from the 26th of August, 1st of September are warmer than average. Precipitation anomalies from the 26th of August, 1st of September are drier than normal too. So for the time being, the warm, dry weather that we have throughout the summer is set to continue. The latest wind from that from earth.northschool.net shows that high pressure is building up from the Azores in that direction, beginning to move low pressure and the jet stream back away to the north and the northwest yet again, as it has done so often through this summer. The high pressure coming back for the bank holiday weekend. Okay, so let's have a very quick look at the generic charts. Then we're going to start off with the UK Met Euro run from the weather outlook today, starting on Monday with high pressure dominating weather over the top of the country. That will bring lots of dry, fine weather for bank holiday Monday. That carries on Tuesday and on into Wednesday as well. By the end of next week, though, we see signs that the higher pressure just begin to push further northwards, becoming a little bit of what we call a northern blocking type feature. The high pressure is going up a long way north, you know, to like north of Scandinavia, towards Svalbard, and around Greenland, Iceland, that sort of area, with low pressure developing through here, and there's a thundery chop over France. So you've got a pincer movement going on. So high pressure slips northwards, and got low pressure developing to both the south and also to the west. And so as that gets us to midnight on Friday, 2nd of September, when we get to that point, we may well find that, you know, we've got a pincer movement going on, and as we go to the weekend of the 3rd and the 4th of September, we might find that things begin to get more unsettled. Icon looks like that, with high pressure again in control of the weather for bank holiday Monday. Although there could be some showers scattered about, but there will be a lot of dry weather for the early to middle part of next week. And then again, so it is, second half of next week, the high pressure beginning to weaken. Pincer movement going on. There's some lower pressure to our south through here, a bit of a fungy trough. I think through that same time, an area of low pressure is to the west of Ireland, and so this pincer movement sees these two sort of troughs getting together, possibly leading to an unsettled first weekend of September. That gets us to midday on Friday the 2nd of September, when it looks like we begin to turn unsettled. GFS midnight run looking like this. Again, the high pressure dominating weather for bank holiday Monday, through the early to middle part of next week. High pressure stays in control. But again, same idea, the high pressure moves northwards as we go through towards Friday, with a thundery low over France and an area of low pressure to west of Ireland. Got a pincer movement going on. Low pressure both west and also from the south, as this area of high pressure is going north and becoming a northern blocking type thing. So that gets us through to the 3rd of September, when low pressure has seemingly taken over weather pattern. That could bring a lot of wet weather with it across England and Wales in particular. Probably still mostly dry though for Scotland. And then as we go beyond that, we keep the low pressure anchored just to our west. High pressure way to the northeast. This will bring rain, particularly to the western air, but it could be some getting through to the east. Probably quite warm. We are bringing up the air from the south with that area of low pressure, at least until for a while, until the low pressure moves right in over the country, and that gets us to the 7th of September, when we're under that area of low pressure. Remember, the rest of the GFS midnight run is just unsettled. You'll notice there's the remains of a tropical storm or a hurricane just there, moving into the North Atlantic by the 9th of September. And that, keeps it pretty unsettled right way through to the end of the GFS midnight run, which today gets us to Sunday, 11th of September, with plenty of low pressure to the west and also to the south. It looks like it's a pretty unsettled first half of September, with several bouts of rain likely there. GFS 6Z, in comparison, looks like this. On bank holiday Monday, the high pressure is once more in control of the weather, and that carries on through to the middle part of next week as well. Second half of next week, again, we begin to get that weakening of the ridge, with low pressure to the south. A bit further away, but low pressure is to the south over France and the Low Countries, and also to the west, just breaking down that ridge, turning things more unsettled. That Saturday, 3rd of September, probably brings quite a bit of rain into Ireland, possibly England and Wales. Scotland could stay mostly dry with that. And then heading up towards day 10, that low pressure just to our southwest. Again, looks relatively warm, bringing up the wind from like a southerly direction, but the low pressure could well provide some outbreaks of rain, especially for more southern and western areas. And they're just generally quite unsettled again as we go into the XN range with the GFS 6Z. Again, you'll notice a very significant, very powerful ex-hurricane or tropical storm in the north. It looks like a hurricane in the North Atlantic there by the 9th of September. It's becoming like a consistent thing with the GFS output at the moment. That's how we end up with the GFS 6Z run. High pressure to our west and south, bringing in quite a cool northerly, northeasterly type flow. And of course, we would wait to see where this low pressure, the remains of that hurricane, is going. If you enjoyed the video, please can you like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Drop a comment, let us know what about this and all of our videos. Thank you so much. We are grinding to 15k. We've got to put on around 25 subscribers to get to 14.3k. So if you can give us a sub and tell friends and family to subscribe, that would be great. Thank you so much. GM, again, with high pressure dominating weather on bank holiday Monday, although there could be a few showers scattered about, and that carries on into the middle of next week as well. Then again, same idea, second half of next week, that high pressure begins to weaken and breaks as lower pressure diverts to both the south and to the west. There's differences about how this is happening, but it looks like, the first weekend of September is likely to be unsettled with showers and longer spells of rain, and that will be particularly focused on Northern Ireland, England, Wales, a little bit less so for Scotland because you'll be closer to this blocking area of high pressure. And then got the ECMWF, which once more suggests quite a bit of high pressure on Bank Holiday Monday into the early to middle part of next week. And then again, same idea as all the other models. That high pressure is going a long way north. It's actually heading up towards forward. And I'm so sorry about it. And low pressure is to the south and also to the west as well. The pincer movement is on. And so, yeah, the low pressure breakthrough turns things increasingly unsettled, probably quite wet for Ireland, England, Wales by day 10, which is 5th of September. Scotland, close that blocking area of high pressure, bringing more of an easterly type flow. This is a precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from TibetShow.com. Will be completely dry bank holiday weekend. There will be a few showers scattered about, but overall the emphasis is going to be on dry weather through much of the weekend until we get into the early part of September, and then we see showers and longer spells of rain breaking out quite widely, and looks pretty wet actually by the time we get through day 10. Looks like we've got a little bit of a deluge on our hands for some parts of the country with heavy rain both to the east and also to the west as well. These are the ups on the table within the ECM ensemble today for day 10. From the Icelandic Met Office, it gets us to the 5th of September. 18 members of ECM ensembles with low pressure just to our west-southwest, high pressure blocking things out up to the north. So that is, it's relatively warm. Going to be bringing that wind from like a southerly direction, but it will be increasingly unsettled, particularly so for England and Wales. 15, though, including the control run, have high pressure ridging down from the north into the country, with low pressure further away from us. So that's going to be a drier option, of course. 10, just here with high pressure away to the northwest, but still sending a ridge into the country. So that's relatively dry as well. And then 8 down here with low pressure just to our east, high pressure out to west. That's the coolest option. That brings the wind in from the north and is quite unsettled, especially for eastern areas. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. Gets us to the 10th of September. 15 members of ECM ensembles with northern blocking around Greenland and low pressure over and to the east of the country. So that will be cool and unsettled with winds in the north. However, 15 with high pressure over top of the country. 11 with high pressure to our west but ridging in. So that brings about dry weather. And then 10 down here with low pressure to the north of Scotland, high pressure over France. That's like a flat westerly type road, but probably quite unsettled, especially so in more northern areas. But there's a lot of uncertainty about this early part of September, and as I've explained over previous years, of course September is one of the most uncertain months, and that's normally due to the fact that we've got like tropical storms and or hurricanes getting going in the North Atlantic or in the tropical Atlantic, but ultimately they're pushing northwards as areas of low pressure into the North Atlantic, and how those areas of low pressure from those tropical storms, hurricanes, how they interact with jet stream and whatnot, where they go, what they do, always has an element of doubt and uncertainty, or adds an element of doubt or uncertainty for September. I think this, what we're seeing here, the uncertainty within model output is a classic example of that, with a range of options on the table. It seemed quite bizarre, but you for like 10th of September, you could have anything. Well, even let's go back to like day 10. Let's go back here. So like it seemed quite bizarre, doesn't it? That for day 10th of September, you could have anything from like northern blocking and low pressure bringing lots of rain, but a warm southerly flow, to high pressure just dominating weather, keeping it mainly dry and warm, to even low pressure over to the easterly country, bringing in like a cool northerly. It could be southerly, could be northerly, could be high pressure, could be low pressure in 10-day time. It seems quite bizarre, but you have so many possibilities. But again, I think this is down to the things begin to liven up now in the tropics. Things are beginning to liven up in the tropical Atlantic. We have not got a tropical storm or hurricane yet, but the model output, certainly the GFS, is playing around with that possibility now within the next 10 to 14 days, and I reckon that's accounting for a lot of this uncertainty. So let's just wait and see. Finally, CFSB2 for September. Latest 700 millibar high zone looks quite unsettled now, with below average heights over top of the coast. Most of northern Europe is being dominated by low pressure as well, which is a big change on what we've had through much of this summer, this year even. So quite unsettled September being indicated there. Mid-Atlantic ridge with hints of a bit of blocking around Greenland, top of low pressure over northern and western Europe. It looks pretty unsettled. Still holding the temperature anomaly up, but probably a bit overdone, I would have thought, but it is still holding up a bit above average. And not much of a signal for precipitation, but I would have thought like a wet month is likely, with that trough of low pressure dominating that part of the south over top of the country. Then we can expect above average rainfall, but it's all to be revealed. Okay, we're done. If you've enjoyed the video, then please you like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Drop a comment. That's something about this and all of our videos. And don't forget to your friends and family to subscribe. Help us to 15k subscribers. Thank you so much. Dear man. Right then, so done with today's video. Now, I've got a tape coming up over the weekend. It's going to be an epic weekend of content. So tomorrow, Saturday, we're going to start our 6 a.m. upload. We're going to have the ECM WF 42-day forecast. That's quite funny. I've already recorded it. Have a bit of a laugh with that one. Weekend forecast and 10 to 14 day. That's Saturday. Sunday, we're going to start off with 6 a.m. upload. We're going to have GavsWeatherVids Sunday Roundup. Wow. Sunday Roundup coming up this weekend. A live 10 to 14 day and a live stream at 8 p.m. Woo! And then Bank Holiday Monday, we're going to have a historic video, the first historic weather video since, I think, Christmas Day. And we're going to be looking at the winter of 1928-1929. It's a very cold winter. Weren't many of them in the first 40 years of the 20th century. There were a couple, though. And this is one of them. 1928-1929 will be your Bank Holiday Monday historic video. That will be coming up on the channel on a Bank Holiday Monday morning. So lots and lots and lots of videos ahead. You keep checking back to the channel for more and enjoy what's left of your Friday. Your Jammy Friday even. But for this one, that's all for now. And thank you so much for watching. See you soon.